Hey guys, Perugia here, and in this video I want to talk about how long does it take to learn UI UX design. Now, this is a question which I recently received on my Instagram, and it's actually a loaded question, meaning that there's a lot of variables and each and every one's learning curve is going to be different, but as long as you stick to it with each and every skill, you're going to absolutely learn it. Now, the question really is divided, I think, into different sections, meaning that in my personal experience, having been a UI UX designer for over 9 years now, I noticed that when I first started out, there were essentially like three phases. The very first one is to understand all the basic theory of UI UX design. So learning all of the basic design principles such as typography, color, layout, and learning the high level user experience skill sets which are required. So what working with a client looks like, what are the goals for a project, learning about user research, and all those technical and theory aspects of UI UX design. And then there's the second part, which is going to be the actual work experience. And usually you're going to start doing that not with clients, but with personal projects, which you're going to develop either by yourself or during a course or a degree. And basically that's going to consolidate all of the theory knowledge which you learned previously in the very first section. And usually this is done in a combination, so a bit of theory and then a bit of practice, and then you're going to actually be able to have a basic portfolio which allows you to apply for jobs or freelance projects. Such in my case, I actually started doing freelancing even before I applied for a job, and right after that, once I had a little bit of projects under my portfolio, I basically applied for an internship which allowed me to get going with my career. And I would say that during the first 6 to 12 months of your first internship projects or freelancing, you're going to learn so much. It's going to be a very intense period, as well as a period of time where you're actually going to be almost like a sponge. And I would say once you hit the second year or third year mark, you're actually going to start seeing a lot of patterns. So generally speaking, the work and the projects are going to become easier from that point on. Usually at the beginning it's harder, but then once you start seeing patterns and things of that nature, you're going to essentially be able to do what you used to do in maybe like 3 days. You're going to be able to do it in 1 day or half a day, and so on. And it's also going to be easier to spot the high level structures that you're going to need in order to tackle a project successfully. So this is from a high level how much you can expect. So I want to keep it short, and I would say anywhere between 6 to 12 18 months in order to be able to get to a stage where you can start doing some freelancing or tackle your first internship. If you're actually tackling like a decent internship, I would say at least 12 to 18 months at the minimum. But if you go hardcore, you can definitely pull it off maybe like in 6 months if you're really good at it. But again, don't take these timelines as fixed values, and if you cannot hit them, it's not going to be like the career for you or something like that, because each and every one has its own pace, and the most important thing is sticking with it, because if you stick with it, if you're passionate about it, but most importantly, if you're perseverant and you really persevere, you're going to get there. So that's the biggest takeaway from this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I want to remind you that on my channel I have over 400 videos sharing my over 9 year experience working as a UI UX designer. So feel free to check it out, and I'll see you in the next video.